Welcome back, friends. The topic that we are learning today is unbalanced problems under transportation problems. So let's get started. As always, we have a matrix in front of us. And if you remember, in all the previous videos, in all the previous methods that we have learned, every time we have, in the beginning itself, talked on one particular common thing, which was to ensure that the sum is a balanced sum. And most of you must be able to recollect that a balanced problem is nothing but that particular situation or that particular matrix where the total of supply and the total of demand match with each other. But are all problems similar? Do all problems start with the supply total and demand total matching with each other? Obviously not. So we have such a situation in front of us. So let's see how do we approach such a sum. So let's have a look at the supply total. What do we have in front of us? 80 plus 100, 180 plus 50. So that makes it 230. Let's have a look at the demand total. 50 plus 40, 90 plus 60, 150 plus 40, 190. Right? So are these totals matching? What was the earlier total? It was 230 and the demand total is 190. So obviously they are not matching. So how do we tackle such a situation? Right? So stay tuned. We have to modify this particular given matrix in such a way that we increase one more column in the matrix. Why a column? Why not a row? Obviously because the column total is falling short. By how many units? A mental calculation tells us that it is 40 units. 230 minus 190, which is 40. So let's have a look as to how to approach such a sum. So again, we'll just write the totals once again. 80 plus 180, 180 plus 100, 180 plus 50, 230, 50, 40, 60, 40, 190. Totals are 230 and 190. What is the difference? 40, right? So what do? We have already created a new column out here, and what do? This particular total cell, the cell for the total of this particular column, if we have a 40 here, that is equal to the difference between the column total and the row total, then obviously the demand total would also come up to 230 and it would match with the supply total, right? So we have created a column, we give it a heading as a dummy column, obviously because it's dummy. Now why are we calling it a dummy? Because actually there is no such location, but we have created it so as to be able to solve this particular sum. So obviously there are no such locations within this particular column, so there would not be any costs involved or cost identified for the cells falling under this particular column. So what do? We pull down the total first, bring it down to 40 and put in the cost for those respective three cells under that particular column as 0, obviously because they are fictitious locations. Now what do? The total is matched to 230. This was already 230. This would 50 plus 40, 90 plus 60, 150 plus 40, 190 plus 40, 230. This is all under unbalanced problems. Now that we have reached this particular stage where the demand total and supply total match with each other, as we have been discussing so far in all our previous videos for all the three methods. Once we have ensured that the demand total and the supply total match, we are good to start solving the sum by whichever method we decide upon. It could be the NWCM, it could be the LCM, or it could also be the VAM method. But ensuring that the demand total and supply total match with each other is most important, and that is what we have seen in this particular video. That's all that we have under this particular video. Thank you, and stay tuned for more variations within transportation problems. Thank you.